All right, it's Fright Night with Ferocious Fee, and we're going to be talking about The Collector. But before then, um, Presto's a little upset about his favorite chicken place, and Fuzzy is frustrated with this movie. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Just certain things I would do differently. So I have my episodes of yelling at the screen, but well, not
Uh-huh,
yelling, but
uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And I have some news for Presto.
oh,
Yeah.
So, so apparently, someone wrote a news article about the 10 most underrated horror movies of 2023. And guess what was on it?
Queens of the Dead
No.
of 2023. I don't
Yep.
know. Tell me.
The Slaughterhouse.
Oh boy.
what?
The 10 most underrated.
Yes.
I don't think
10
you can
most.
rate it any lower than we did. It
So there
probably
are
only got.
others.
It was probably because it was an adorable sloth. Everyone loves sloths, but like, let's be honest, it wasn't a good movie by any means.
Well, there were others. Killer Kites. That was number
Okay.
10. She
Hmm.
Came from the Woods. The Sacrifice Game. Let's see. Dark Harvest. And then some really weird ones. Moon Garden. I don't know what Moon Garden is. It's like a
Sounds like a
famous.
list. Sounds like a list you would make.
I wouldn't say that. Like most of these movies, I don't even know about, and I never watched Slaughterhouse. But yeah, yeah. So I thought you'd find that funny.
Hmm.
Yeah. Chuckle, chuckle.
Underrated movie.
It was something.
Yes. We're gonna go ahead and do some intros. So Fuzzy, go ahead.
Oh, I gotta start off. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for the most part, been I guess playing my usual video games, Division 2, Forza Horizon 5, and GT7. Um, Other than that, I've kind of put Donkey Kong Bonanza down for a bit. Although I do think it's funny they're raising the price on the old Switch, but tariffs, whatever. I don't know. We'll see how that goes for them. But other than that, just kind of waiting to get the podcast room flooring. It's supposedly at the Home Depot now. It took a little less time than they expected, so hopefully they can move up the install date. So far, the install dates for not next Friday, the Friday after next. But the delivery date is going to be next Friday, or no, next Thursday. So we'll see if they can make any changes and whatnot. But other than that, glad to be here with you guys. Got some interesting stuff to say about this movie. Like I said, a little frustrating at points, but it all goes with your typical horror movie. Can't have it like end in 15 minutes. So
Although we can make it short that ends in 15 minutes.
yeah,
Um,
well,
we'll think about that.
yeah.
Um, so Presto, what about you?
Well, I missed last week, so the week before that, I saw the band Ghost. I wasn't familiar. I knew who he was, but I never saw him before. And they had a no cell phone policy, so as soon as you walked in, they locked your cell phone up, but you got to keep it. So it was a different experience to look in the. They played at the Sixers arena, so it was weird to see like 20,000 people in there with not a cell phone, just enjoying the show. Caused me a little bit of a panic attack, but I survived. And we also checked out. There's a new cheesesteak place down in Philly under 76 called Skinny Joey's. It's rumored to be owned by a ex mobster, but the cheesesteaks amazing. Top five I ever eaten. So I highly recommend it. The only thing that's a bit of a bummer is they gotta get their service a little faster. There was a quite a bit of a line, but by the time we lined up until we sat down and had our cheesesteak, it was about an hour. So they could use some work, but it was a lot better than Pat's and Gino's where they just slap it on there and you're walking away with it. So nice seeded roll, ribeye meat instead of like chip steak. So it was really good. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah,
And then,
Gino's and Pat's are tourism places now.
yeah, unfortunately, they used to be good, but I'm also finding myself becoming more of a fan of this seeded roll. It's game changing. Other than that, I watched a couple movies. I watched 28 Years Later, pretty decent, pretty gory. I watched Lilo and Stitch with my nephews. So, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
But yeah, I recommended this movie, and I guess I really forgot about it. I haven't seen it in years, and as I was watching it, I guess I got the second one confused with the first one, but still, I was just like, oh boy, a bunch of times. So, and like Fuzz said, there's enough things that make you question what happened or get you frustrated. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've basically just have been trying to get Fuzzy moving on stuff. We finally got an answer about one of the things that we were thinking of either donating our kids' instruments or selling them, and it looks like we're donating. Finally, Fuzzy made the call. So, but yeah, we've been just trying to get the house ready and everything before I go back to work. There is the world premiere of Grind coming up, so of course we're gonna go to that. Um, so we're gonna be taking some pictures and stuff like that. The Swine and Dine premiere went very well. I didn't really get much pictures from that. Um, but I don't know. I just was just watching everybody else enjoy themselves. The actresses were there. Of course, the actors were there as well, and everything. So I was just watching them have fun. But we'll see what how things go at the premiere. Uh, Sadie will be there, so we'll see how she's doing. Hopefully, she'll be back on in a couple of weeks or whatever, um, as well, hanging with us. But we'll see. Other than that, that's all that's been going on besides watching The Collector, which I remember watching it. I remember all the parts in it. I was sure it was going to make Fuzzy a little frustrated. Um, but now I'm just up. Oh, there we go. We don't have double presto anymore. So there you go.
What? How did we get double presto again?
Well, we got double presto because we wanted to get out of the app and do the digital.
Okay.
So we could post. So we wound up with double presto. So yeah. I still kind of see double presto, but I don't want to get rid of both double presto, So, we lost presto again.
I'm here.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, just both of them. Yours went out while the other one disappeared. So I had to put you back in. All right.
It's life.
Yep. All right. So why don't we go with this? Why don't we go with first impressions? Who wants to go with first impressions?
Like talked about, briefly, it's one I remember watching back. I don't want to say back in the day, but I remember watching, and I wanted to revisit, so it was a good excuse to re-watch it again. And yeah, it's a dark, gory movie. The kills are pretty brutal. The guy's a pretty messed up dude, the collector. But yeah, there's a lot of questions I have that we could get into about how he did certain things in the house. But it did good enough that they made a second one. I think there's talks of making a third one.
Well, I know this second one, when it came out, it didn't really do so well. So if anybody remembers the first one, so the first one basically is a budget of 6 million, and they made 17 million, well, about 18 million overall. That's U.S., Canada, world, and everything like that. Their opening weekend was 3.5 million. So for a at the time a movie that was different from everything else going on, I think they did pretty well. There is some people calling this a body horror, not just a slasher, which I can see it a little bit of the body horror, especially when they um he's trying to get the boards off the windows, and you see the razor blades, like them focusing on that. Yeah, I can see the body horror of it. But the collection, if I can get in here again, I don't think it did actually very well. But let's look real quick. The collection, and yeah, it did about almost 7 million in the States and Canada, and it did about 10 million gross. So I think they were looking for more, especially since they put 7.5 million into it. So yeah, I don't think, I know there was supposed to be one coming out, but this is from 2012 was the last one. So 13 years ago. Anybody have any chances?
Yeah, there's always a chance. I feel
Is
like
it?
it's one of those. It's one of those that, like, I know it's already been 10, whatever, 20 years, but I feel like it could be one that's talked about. It's like a high produced horror movie.
Well, here's a question. We know the first one is about a family. Doesn't know what's gonna, they are going on with their life. They're about to go on a family vacation, and then the collector decides up, that's not gonna happen. But with the collection, we go into his lair basically, and we saw. I know Fuzzy saw kind of like the. Did you see the trailer for the collection?
No, I went into this blind. I didn't watch any of the trailers or anything like that.
No, I meant afterwards. I think we saw the collection.
Oh, the collect. Oh, you mean for the second one? Yeah.
Yeah, the second one. You saw it. So basically, the guy comes back. It's kind of like in what was that movie, The Descent Part 2, where the girl escapes and then they send her back in to help find somebody, right? Well, that's kind of like the same thing as this. The collection is, he's going in to try and get this wealthy man's daughter out because she went to the wrong party, kind of situation. So I'm not sure about a third one, but if it does happen, what do you think the storyline would be?
God, there's been so many years that passed. They can almost do like a Halloween where it, like, shows how how Jamie Lee Curtis, she suffered. You see how she suffered all those years later. You can see how this prevented him from having a normal life. Or it could be a copycat killer. I mean, there's movies anymore. There's so many different ways you can go that, like, the possibilities are really endless. Or they even call movies the same thing, and it's just like a remake or a prequel, or like, it's crazy what you can do anymore. You can do a prequel of how he got that way. Like, what was that? There's that one Thanksgiving movie, not the one Eli Roth did, but with the turkey, where like they did 1 and they just skipped 2. They never made 2 and they made a 3rd one. Like,
What, Thanksgiving? Or
yeah,
was
but
it?
not the Eli Roth one though.
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving or something it's called. It's like,
Thanksgiving, yeah.
yeah, low budget, but like they made a first one and a 3rd one, no second one. You don't
How's
have to
that yours?
follow exactly. You don't have to follow any rules you don't want to anymore. Like,
Apparently. That was a little weird. Yeah, I mean with 28 years later, they did kind of the same thing. They were like, "Well, wait a minute, we're not 28 days is what we're working off of. We're not working off of 28 months later." Um so it's like you're just going to ignore a whole movie in between, right? So I guess there are no rules in horror anymore.
yeah, you just tell enough about the previous one that you let it up to the viewer if they want to link it together or not.
Yeah. So I like this movie. I liked it when I first saw it, back in 2009. I believe I was still, where was I working? I think I was still working over at Blockbuster that year. Um but yeah, it was interesting and everything like that. Just I don't like the pet deaths. That's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't like the animals dying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all can agree that animal deaths definitely hit harder than human deaths. And
Yeah.
the first one, unfortunately, had a dog and a cat that I forgot about. So
Yes.
they were doozies.
And
So, yeah,
just
they
to
went there.
just to let everybody know, the collection is behind a paywall, but the collector is available for free, just in case anybody wants to watch both or whatever. Um, but yeah, getting back to the pet deaths. Of course, Fuzzy's more partial to kitty cats than doggies. But the one thing I did hear from him when we were watching this movie was he didn't realize the dog was brought by the collector himself.
Yeah, because I was kind of wondering, did the guy that was casing the joint not realize that the family had a dog? Like that, I didn't. It didn't dawn on me that it was the collector's dog. Because in the beginning of the movie, it was kind of sketchy who was running throughout the house until the owner got out. Then it was a little more clear. But in the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, well, maybe the family left the dog while they were on vacation, but that would be weird that they would leave him outside. And then the person running in the house, I was under the impression maybe it was a double cross from the guy that was supposed to pay him for, breaking the safe or whatever. Maybe he sent somebody in to do the job, or maybe there was another criminal looking to do something similar kind of thing that was casing the joint. But after the booby traps, that's when it's like, oh, okay. So this guy wasn't worried about stealing anything. He was just looking to torture and torment some people and possibly, I guess collect a person.
Yeah. So somebody asked, why are animal deaths harder for us than, say, kids? Anybody want to take that?
Well, everyone, I mean, I don't want to say it's worse than kids. I guess in movies you see humans die a lot more, and society come kind of, I don't want to say immune to it, but usually when someone's dying in a movie, they were a dick or someone gets revenge later on and justice is served. Kids, yeah, kids isn't cool either in movies.
Yeah.
Usually they really don't show kids dying on screen. They know like the unwritten rules or whatever. And yeah, animals, I just feel like they're harmless. And like usually in movies, they're like these lovable animals, minus like Cujo or like Deep Blue Sea or Jaws or something like that. But just like in this movie, like an innocent dog and kitty cat, I guess you could say. I feel bad for the humans that died also in the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know. To me, animals hit differently in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of put kids and pets in the same ballpark. Adults, it's a little bit different. It's like I guess it's a product of watching horror movies most of my life, kind of thing, where you're a little desensitized. And video games, I know. Oh, I said the V word, but like adults getting murked in a movie, it doesn't phase me as much. I mean, unless it's a character you're actually, uh, you know, invested in or something like that for the movie. But kids and pets, it's like they're normally defenseless. Although there have been some movies where it's like, oh yeah, not looking at like the Home Alone thing, that was a little out of sorts, a little bit more fantastical as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
realistic. But typically kids and pets are, defenseless, so it's like, yeah, you don't want to see somebody that's clearly going to overpower them, you know do harm to them, kind of thing. That's they're all in kind of like that same ballpark for me. But pets over adults, but kids and pets are kind of in that same grouping for me.
So I'll say this. I'll say babies and animals, and I'll tell you why. We look at Megan too, right?
Mhm.
We already discussed this, so if anybody thinks it's a spoiler, it's not really because we are go back to Megan and stuff like that. But in Megan 2, the kid that was bullying her.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
Exactly. But exactly. It's not kids. It's it's babies and young children like little toddlers and stuff like that. I get that. It's just as bad killing them as it is animals. I
Hmm.
mean, look at Peelers. The very end of Peelers, I don't know if you guys watched it ever. I don't think Fuzzy has, but
No.
zombie flick, miners or whatever, or oil rig guys coming over to one of the makeshift strip clubs. And, obviously the miners are bringing in some type of alien goo or whatever. And they all turn into zombies. And of course, the place goes, haywire. And there's a pregnant woman there. And, she gets bit or whatever. And the baby comes out, but there's nothing wrong with the baby, just like in 28 years later. Nothing wrong with baby. But at the very end, you see that the woman that rescued the baby, the last survivor, the final girl, well, guess what? She doesn't wind up being the final girl. She winds up being a zombie, and she gets rid of the kid. That was the one piece that made me not like that movie.
Mm.
So if they hadn't done that, it would have been a great movie. Let somebody live. I always say let somebody live. But when you have a kid that's a bully, I'm sorry, kids got to go. They should have made better choices in their life, right? I mean, it's the same as adults. Adults make really horrible choices sometimes. And you always think, even in Friday the 13th, you can always, every single one of those victims, you can say, well, they were the mean girl, or they ignored somebody, or they did this, or they did that. But with animals, you can't do that. Even Cujo got bit by something. It's not the dog's fault. Who was watching Cujo, right? Who should have been watching Cujo, right? It's like, take care of your pets.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to the fact that animals are innocent, just like little babies and little toddlers. But anybody above the decision making process where they can make decisions on their own to do something right or wrong, I think that's where we're like, hey, sorry, you should have made a better decision kind of situation, right? Make sense?
Absolutely, food.
Absolutely, right? So I think that's what it comes down to is babies and animals. We just can't get over them dying in film. So besides that, besides the animals and stuff like that, which it was kind of inventive how they died. I'm not going to say it wasn't inventive, but I still didn't like it.
Yeah.
But what were some of the frustrating things that Fuzzy felt were frustrating?
uh okay, so there's a part where I think he's in that fight or flight mode, the main character, that was supposed to be breaking into the house and stuff like that. He sees the original homeowner and his wife, and trying to get info as far as where the daughter is to help, rescue her, as well as, I guess the homeowner said something like, "Oh, he has a gun," but apparently the collector got a hold of the bullet, so the gun was kind of useless other than as a hammer. And there's a part where he uses it as a hammer, and the frustrating part for me, maybe I'm the sadistic one, or just crazy, or just I rather not take any chances of just knocking somebody out as opposed to keep on whacking them with the butt of the gun. I think that was the one where that would have been frustrating for me, in the sense of, yeah, don't stop swinging until the white meat shows. Is I know that's a saying from some movie, but it's like that's what you gotta do. Like, if you don't have bullets, you got to stop them some sort of way. And if it means cracking their skull open with the butt of the gun, that's what you do. And he didn't do that. He whacked them once, picked up the girl, and then went to run. But had he cracked the guy's head open, yeah, he wouldn't have to worry about running. He could slowly take his time, make sure there's no booby traps like fish hooks and things like that dig into his face when he goes into a room, type of thing. So that was one of the frustrating parts. But it's like, it's a horror movie. I know it's in the moment. You're just trying to get out of there and whack them once. But I'm thinking, just keep swinging. Just keep swinging until the person can't move anymore. Until you hear them drowning in their own blood, kind of thing, gurgling. Yeah, don't stop swinging. But that's just me, I guess. I don't know.
You think I'm cold, guys? Listen to this one.
Hey, they say double tap for zombies. I say double tap for everything. Like, if you're in a situation where you've already kind of lost use of your hand because of the razor blades when you go to pull some of the planks off the windows, yeah, and that was another thing. He finally pulled some of those planks off where they had the nail still in them. I would have used that. Like that. I mean, sure, the planks could have probably broke, but maybe the nail goes in his eye or through his ear. Like when he went to pick up the phone, he got stabbed by a nail in the ear. So yeah, I would return the favor that way, type of thing. But like I said, I'm trying to avoid somebody chasing me down. If I'm all about getting out of that place, and I actually have to confront them, yeah, just if you knock them down, keep them down. That's the way I look at it.
Anything frustrate you, Presto?
Maybe I missed something when I was watching it, but the extent that he was able to booby trap the house that wasn't his house.
Yeah.
Like you said, boarding up the windows with the razor blades. Even the chandelier with all the knives on it. Just all the tripwires everywhere. I mean, how did the collector get to the house? Like, it didn't show a vehicle there. I mean, the guy covered the living room floor with bear traps. Like, no one saw him smuggling those inside the house. Or, I mean, some of the wires he drilled holes in the walls. So he ran from here to there to there. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of prep work that guy did. So I don't know how he had time, because it's not like the family went on vacation and then came back. They never left to go on vacation, because that's why the exterminator guy was coming back to steal the ruby. So it made you wonder, like, is there another guy at the end that's going to show up that helped the collector or whatever? And that's the part that frustrated me. The guy that went to rob the house and then found the collector there. He turned out to be a decent guy and just he was in a shit of a situation, Like, he was trying to look out for his family. He had till midnight to get this thing to the people. They didn't really go too far into why they owed money. I guess it really wasn't part of the movie, though. So, but you really don't know what happened to the family then at the end of the movie. His wife and kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just see them kind of behind the bowling alley front door, kind of just sitting there waiting.
Yeah. I mean, this movie is like I think Fuzz said, like, it's like a Home Alone, but a horror movie Home Alone. But he doesn't own this home.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all the booby traps and stuff is like they're just Home Alone and elevated it. Okay, Home Alone got micro machines. This one got bear traps. Like, I mean,
Those bear traps were pretty brutal too.
Yeah.
yeah, that guy thought he was getting laid by his girlfriend and just all went downhill fast for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it started with the knife through the hand, and then the other hand, he lost some fingers, and then it was a matter of traps to the feet, traps to the leg, traps to the arms, and then to the head. Yeah.
Yeah, he stumbled back too far.
And that's another thing. Like, fast forward to the cop that finally came out, I guess because of the cell phone call or whatever, and he sees that guy. Like, I think that's when you call for all units. Like, I get it, you're on scene, so you have to do some further investigation, but that's when you're on the radio and be like, I need backup. I see somebody inside the house trapped in like 14 bear traps. Yeah, we need SWAT ASAP kind of thing. And then maybe you figure out how to get into the house. And I don't know. The other thing is, how did the cop not shoot him when he said weapon down? Although I do get it, the dog kind of took him out, kind of thing, to some extent. But you hear so many stories of like cops shooting people, and it's like, put the weapon down. Like, if he has to say it twice, that's usually a bullet somewhere. Like,
okay, well let us think of the horror movie.
yeah.
Okay. Number one, if you see a guy in a mask, you might as well just shoot. Because obviously
he's up to no good.
He's up to no good.
Especially if there's no snow or he's not skiing or anything like that.
But I think when he was putting the weapon down, the cop didn't realize about the dog. And I think that was the collector's advantage, because he knew the dog, he trained the dog to attack, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So I think the cop was on the right track in his, following policies and procedures and stuff. But nobody talks about, hey, what happens if the bad guy has a dog?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the cop would have lived, but I don't think the collector would have lived either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, but the collector, I guess the only thing I can think of, because the collector, to my understanding, was supposed to be the actual exterminator, the one that the jewelry thief or potential jewelry thief was telling, hey, there's a hornet's nest at the back of the house, and the guy just gave him a thumbs up kind of thing. I don't know how he had the time to set that stuff up, but at least he had that van. But still, that guy would have to be a professional of booby trap central or something, like some razor line, some.
But how? Not all of his traps were completely up and ready, though. He was still kind of working on it. So I'm kind of. I always wondered about that part of the movie, if the objective was to eventually just have one or two of them running through the house and see who survives, and that's who I collect.
I mean, the way he had that house booby trapped, I don't think it almost was like he didn't want to kill anyone because everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had to collect somebody, so it was the husband. The first victim was the husband that they found from the previous couple
Mm-hmm.
at their home or whatever. That that's who was in the red trunk. So the question is that did he survive more than his over his wife or whatever? Did they go through the little booby traps to see who was going to survive or whatever? I mean, because he was the first one that was attacked, with the original person, I guess that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
was,
that's the only
Well, then,
bummer is they really don't explain the box
yeah,
much.
yeah, and they don't explain who is the target of the collection, because we don't know what happened with the original and why the original guy was in the box. I think we know Josh Stewart's character, which is the jewelry thief.
mm-hmm.
I think we know why he was collected over the little girl or over the mom or the father or whatever, because he fought back. That's the only thing I can come up with, is that he fought back, and that's why the collector wanted him, and that's why the collector rammed whatever, his van into the ambulance at the end. Because he could have gone over the little girl would have been a better target,
Yeah. It would
easier
have been
target.
easy. Yeah, and she would actually fit without having to amputate.
Hmm. Exactly.
But yeah, I still don't understand the van hitting the ambulance and
Mhm.
the van not really being totaled in that process, because they do put reinforcement on ambulances. So that was just a
Yeah.
weird crash. Although I
What
love the
happened to
camera
the
work when it was from like the inside, because he's strapped in and everybody else is just tumbling in the ambulance and stuff. But
Well,
Well,
and
what
he didn't even use his own truck. He used
Yeah.
the exterminator's truck because he ripped the sticker off then at the
Yeah.
end. So it was
well,
just a
that's his.
regular truck.
Well, that's his truck, if I'm not mistaken. Like he was the guy. To my understanding, he was the guy that was the exterminator, because that's what he
Yeah.
told the cop at the
Yeah.
end. So that was his van. And
Mhm.
then I guess because he figured he was made, possibly take that exterminator thing off, and then go and I guess continue on to his next project with the
Mhm.
other guy in the case and stuff. But it's like I can't imagine that van being reinforced to survive a collision with an ambulance.
And it had no
But
damage on it.
yeah,
It had no damage. So there had to have been some damage. When you hit anything on head on, you're going to have damage.
Or just
Unless
movie
you have,
magic.
of
yeah,
course, movie magic. We all know that. I mean, because I didn't see a deer rated, a buck, 10 buck deer rated bumper on there like I used to have on my Jeep.
yeah,
But it was just a regular grill. It was just a regular setup on a van. I mean, I know older vans are built better than newer ones, but still.
yeah. No, but it was a weird ending considering. But yeah, I think the best parts of this movie were the traps, and then playing like peekaboo or hide and seek or whatever throughout the house and stuff. But man, the brutality for that family.
Yeah. I mean, he literally gutted the father.
Yeah.
And they didn't even do anything. They were just a chill family. At least I
Mhm.
didn't see like they weren't part of anything, didn't owe anyone money. Like they
Well,
just got the
yeah,
short end of the stick. Because the collector, why was he at, like I don't know. It's
there were just so many different things that there could have been more backstory to. I know it was
Mhm.
an hour and a half, and I know we like our gore, but it was kind of hard to really connect with some of the characters, like with the mom. they tried, they're like, oh, well, I have a wrinkle. I'm going to name it Jill. Well, what do you think the stepdaughter's name is? Is Jill. And she got rid of Jill. But it's like, what does mom do to have Botox just laying around?
Well, her husband's a jewelry broker, so they're
I
probably doing well for themselves. And I don't know if
know,
she was a Hollywood type to have the Botox or just
I
that
know, but
kind
you
of.
have to have a license to get that stuff. No doctor is just going to give you that stuff unless she's like a nurse or she's a technician or something. I would have liked to have known what her job was.
Or
We
who
know
you
what his
know.
was.
Money talks.
No,
Yeah.
money does not talk like that.
Your plot twist in this movie is where she got Botox from.
I'm
Please.
I'm telling you that was a major flaw in here.
Mm.
You just no. Mm-mm,
Leave
mm-mm.
it to
Anybody
you.
can tell you.
That's some fee shit.
There have been wealthy people we know that would have their own needles in the house. I'll just leave it at that.
Uh-huh. I've never seen this.
I know you've
Anyway,
never seen it, but yeah.
I don't believe it.
Shout out to the couples that have needles in their house. Our boys in Kensington, New Jersey. Shout out to them too.
Uh,
Anyway, so but the thing is that they focus too much on the body horror, too much on the slasher stuff, and like I said, not enough on knowing why the stepdaughter is the way she is. Like, come on now. I would like to have known why she doesn't want to be at home.
it's your typical stepmom, stepdaughter, movie relationship. I mean,
But I think those cliches don't really
yeah,
add much to this film.
true, but that wasn't the point. The point was people are getting chopped up or tortured and things along those lines. Like,
Yeah, but you want to feel a little bit for them, right?
I mean, I
yeah,
felt they were a family, so like I don't know. They were stuck because if the movie was already an hour and a half, how much character development do you want to give? Do you want to make it longer? Maybe they didn't want to cut out critical scenes.
yeah.
Well, yeah. But I don't know. I think 10 more or 15 more minutes would have helped. I mean, we got a little bit of backstory for the dad, for um, Josh Stewart's character, who is the dad that is trying to help his wife. I don't even know if they're married still.
I don't. It didn't feel like they were married. It just felt like they may have still been in a rocky relationship, but they have a daughter. So, and considering she's getting loan shark money, it sounds like I guess he's not paying child support, possibly. So that's the feel I got from it. So it's
Yeah,
almost
but
like they're separated, but you know, still communicating and sharing responsibility for the little girl because he was like 6 hours late to either pick her up or something, or
well,
I guess to deliver the money. So
yeah, but I'm like, I don't really like the mom.
Shocking.
Like, she's demanding money. She went to a loan shark instead of going to him and saying, "Hey, look, in some money financial problems here. We have a daughter. Can you help me out?" Instead, she goes to a loan shark and then gets him roped into it. I already don't like
Maybe
her because of
Maybe,
that.
well, maybe she did do that, and he, was working on this house case in the joint for how many weeks, or it sounded like a couple of months and stuff.
Yeah, it sounded like months.
So
or
maybe it was.
maybe she had a habit she didn't want him to know about.
Well,
So
that makes her not likable even more. You have a child.
You think that's the first child that has a mother that or a father that made some questionable decisions?
Look, let's be honest. Getting
Yes.
hooked up into drugs and alcohol or whatever. I'm sorry to say this, but that's a little bit more than, or even gambling. All that stuff is a little bit more than making a bad decision about up, you know, I forgot to get groceries today and I need to go back to the store tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I forgot to, pay the electric bill. All of those things are fixable. A drug addiction, not so much,
Mhm.
right? That's a lifelong battle right there, right?
Food shopping's a lifelong battle also.
True. Prices
Well,
today,
nowadays
yeah.
with the prices,
What you eat every day.
Yeah.
You're off your rocker tonight, man.
why am I off my rocker
You
today?
need to case some houses and get some medication in you because you spitting gibberish tonight.
I, whatever. I'm just saying that I did not like his girlfriend or wife or whatever.
And then you
He
didn't
was,
like the tile matching the curtains in the one bedroom. It was a mess.
I didn't like the animal deaths. We all agree on that one.
Hmm.
It's probably
Yeah,
the
what
only
was
thing
that,
we're
like
gonna agree.
acid or something for the
Ooh,
cat?
I don't
And then
know.
it wound up being chopped or guillotined.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
so it was some type of acid on the floor, and then he was trying to get the cat. I don't know if he was trying to get the cat to free him or if he was trying to get the cat to create a distraction or get him to shut up. What was that?
I think it was one of two things. Either he was trying to free the cat and hoping that the cat would get away because he didn't want to see the cat suffer, or he was testing to see if the window was booby trapped to see if he could actually make it. I'm thinking it's the latter.
It's the latter.
Because considering how that guy was with the booby traps in the house, I mean, the cat's already kind of partially melted to the floor, and you get them kind of unstuck from the floor. Hey, put them towards the open window. Oh, wait, there's a guillotine. And that would have been your head if you had tried to climb out that window.
That
So,
poor baby. I just, that poor cat.
yeah. But yeah, I think he was testing the booby traps to see if that window was booby trapped, unfortunately.
I don't know. It was a little sloppy. I'm not gonna say I don't like this movie. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say there were some holes in it.
I'm less worried about the plot holes, more so just I don't know. Don't stop swinging. That's going to be my motto for a horror film. Just keep swinging at the person until they don't move or don't breathe anymore. And unless you have a clear shot, like with booby traps, I don't think you got a clear shot to be able to run and escape, especially when the guy is locking the doors and whatnot. But when you know you might be trapped in there with them, yeah, just don't stop swinging. Like until your arms get tired, kind of thing. And even then, just make sure that they're not breathing or moving or have a chance to move. Yeah, that. But I don't know. That's just me.
So, which trap would you have liked to see the collector go through?
like set up.
Yeah. No, not set up. Like if you were swinging and you kept on swinging and you were backing him up into something that he said himself, which one would you have liked to see him die in?
The bear traps would have been fantastic. Like that, let him get, crunched up in one of his own traps. Like the bear traps, that would have been awesome. I don't trust the fish hooks enough that it would do enough damage while I'm swinging at them that it would hurt them permanently, kind of thing. The razor line, he would have to be running away, kind of thing. I think for it to really do some serious harm. Like I know for the most part, the main character guy only got like a cut on his cheek from it type of thing, but that was him just like slowly walking towards it. But yeah, the bear traps, hands down. I mean, the other trap that he eventually wound up getting hit with, that one was pretty cool. But yeah, the bear trap, although you would have had to have beaten the Jill's boyfriend getting crunched up. I mean, there were some other ones in there, but yeah, not there. There was a few key location ones that would have probably helped a little bit more to, munch up the collector if he fell.
What about you, Presto?
Probably the bear trap also. The chandelier one would have been cool, but as you saw, like it really didn't kill him. And the bear trap one, at least how that boyfriend got it, it kept building a little. Like he fell in a little, then he's there, then he falls back, and it really get him. So I feel that one was the best with how they portrayed it. If there's only one trapper, he just fell and all of them snapped. I guess I'd still be satisfied with that one because you would have a bit of a trouble getting out of that one. The chandelier, you kind of just rolled it off, and some of the other ones, there's a little bit of a way, but this one, you just got bear traps grabbing you everywhere, so you're just kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bear trap, I would say.
The bear trap.
Yeah.
What about you, Fee?
Yeah, I mean, I think the bear trap was the final one. It's definitely final. He wouldn't have been able to get out of those and stuff like that. But I still would have liked to, have that, oh, I'm punching you and I'm hitting you until you get real close to that window.
Oh,
I would have liked, I would have liked to have the guillotine. Yep. Ain't coming back from that either,
No.
And you're gonna be able to get out after that because you can just, punch any window you want at that point and just get out. Except for the bar ones that they put up.
I would just say pick his pockets of the key, whatever deadbolts, which I've never
he
seen deadbolts like that, but
I know, but he broke off the key, remember? You see that at the end? He broke off the key. They were trying to get out that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why they weren't, even after they got the keys, they weren't able to actually get out. So how did you guys feel about that little girl after he had gotten out and that little girl decided to bang on the window after he had been calling her several times?
I mean, it's a little kid. You don't know how they're going to react in that situation. They don't know who's good, who's bad. They're hiding. They're confused. Like, I don't know. They're kids. Everyone knows how kids are. Like, you call them and say, why didn't you answer me? I don't know. Like, just how kids are.
Yeah. See, for me, this is where I probably get the booze. Because just like that other film where it was like the one family and then the psycho killer family where they threw the boy in the water, just keep going until you can get
no evil.
I think I would have kept going. Like, and it's not that I would hope that the kid dies or anything. I just hope that I can get some help and hopefully get that whole house cleared. Yeah, I think that would have been the better bet because once you're out, to go back in, you gotta one, look for booby traps, and two, hopefully get to the girl before the collector guy that's running around the house gets to you, kind of thing. I think I would stand a better chance of getting the police or the SWAT or whatever to the house than trying to go back in, get her out the same way I got out or whatever the case may be, kind of thing. So. Yeah, I would have probably left her, but I would make sure that's mentioned so I get the cops' attention. Like there's some psycho killer that's chopping up the parents, and the little girl is kind of, barricaded in her room. Y'all need to get to this house ASAP to get this kid. I couldn't get to her, without getting to you guys or at least contacting you first, kind of thing. I think that would inspire the cops to get there, pretty quick as well. So, yeah, I would have kept going. But if I did have the courage and the heart to go back in the house, yeah, that's where hitting him with the butt of the gun numerous times would have been the way I would have did it. Just so that way he's not getting back up. I don't have to worry about him anymore. He's got a cracked skull and brain leaking out the side kind of thing. And he's not going to move anymore. So we can take our time getting out of the place, hopefully. Because I don't think at that point, I don't think the mom was killed just
No.
yet. The father at that point, he was already gutted. And I can't remember. I think the daughter, Jill, was already probably killed along with the boyfriend at that point, right? Or was that after he went back in? Do you
I don't
remember?
think it was after. I think that was before because the cop showed up after Jill was already dead with her boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
But did he leave the house that initial time before Jill
No.
came back to the house? Because I know
No.
he was in the house warning her to stay
No.
away or
No,
whatever.
the little girl didn't come out before then. He got
Okay.
out after Jill was dead
Okay.
and after the boyfriend was
Oh,
dead.
that's right. Because he was going to try to help her cut her down, and then she decided she was going to stab him with scissors and triggered another booby trap. Which
Yep. He was trying to help her.
I mean, if you see a guy that, yeah, you may have bummed a cigarette off of him back in the house and things are looking kind of suspect, yeah, you probably think he's involved at that point. But yeah, man, oh, man.
It had the movie had like Saw vibes also.
Yeah.
I think I only watched this movie originally because it reminded me of that old movie. Is it Nightbreed? The mask kind of looks alike.
Yeah. Nightbreed was a little lighter in color than this one, but it does have that same slanted mouth and the eyes do look similar to it. Yeah.
And then the one band I really enjoy, Mushroomhead, the one guitarist, he used to wear a mask that looked pretty well identical to that. So I know they're very horror related. So I wanted to be, okay, if he made his mask like this, let me see these movies. And sure enough, here we are.
So, what was your favorite death? I mean, the dad died. We know the most brutal was the boyfriend getting the traps and everything. But what was your favorite?
I think the boyfriend, just because of how brutal it was. Like, I know, not cheering for him to die because he was fighting for his life kind of thing, but it was definitely a heck of a way to go. Like, I cannot imagine be like, oh, you're backing up, your feet get clamped, so you stumble down, your legs get clamped some more. Now you're in agony and pain, and you're still falling. And then it's like, oh, your arms and your head. And yeah, that's one heck of a painful way to go.
Yeah, I might kind of have to agree. Or whoever was the shortest death. I believe the guy that was in the trunk when the main guy and the little girl were in the bedroom and they were going to push the TV over in the fish tank, hoping to electrocute the collector. And then it turns out the collector let the guy out of the trunk and like that guy ran in, they killed him instead. Maybe that one, just because like they put a lot of thought in it. I don't want to say a lot, but like, that little girl was doing something. I don't think she fully understood what she was doing, but just thinking on the fly, coming up with that, hoping that would work. Unfortunately, it did not. But at least that one was kind of a fast death, I guess. It's the ones that kind of got drawn out suck because it's just like, oh, like all the torture.
Yeah.
That's just like electrocute, you done. Like he gone next. The collector, he's a rude motherfucker, man. That guy.
Yeah.
He's not even like a ripped guy. He just looks like a normal guy, and he just counts on his booby traps, and he's angry about something. I don't know.
Yeah, he used the guy from the trunk. He used his head to battle ram that door down. Like it's like, hey, you're the bait. Now I'm gonna use you as a battling ram to knock this door down. But
yeah,
another one that was like pretty amazing on how it was set up was the father. Like when he ran upstairs, or he I guess got away from the basement, and he did something that got his ankle trapped, and then it yanked him out of the room to the chandelier, and then down the down to the ground kind of thing. Like that guy just whatever torture, because it already looked like he had been beat up pretty severely at that point, and just to like think you're getting away. Oh, I made it to my room where I can get my gun, and yeah, he didn't even get that far and got snatched right back down to the basement. So that was another pretty bad one as well.
I mean, that guy, he could not the collector, the other guy, he was going all throughout that house like a ninja, man. Like the collector, I don't know, it wasn't until well into the movie I think he realized that he was in the house, because even when the mom ran up the stairs and she got shanked, he still didn't know that guy was in the house, that there was the other guy, because that guy was still downstairs, and he hid under the desk in the dark. So like he stayed quiet enough and hidden enough that the collector didn't know he was in the house. There were times he thought he heard someone would look, but he never saw anything. Like I don't even think he saw when the girlfriend and boyfriend were doing their thing. The collector still didn't know that guy was in the house, and that was an hour in the movie. Like, so that guy did a great job of sneaking around, hiding in places, not being seen, trying to get out. Give him credit.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this: Josh Stewart. If anybody doesn't remember, he was the husband to JJ in Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
So he's always been good. You know, I don't like the fact that they killed him off in Criminal Minds by giving him cancer. I haven't watched it yet to see if that's even a legitimate, case, because he didn't want to get off. He didn't want to be off the show. But I don't know why exactly they decided to kill him off. Guess I gotta watch that. But like I said, he's always been good. My question is, do you think, because do we know if the mom actually died?
Yeah, I would have to say she absolutely died at the end. Because remember, he had a bomb set up where he had a recording of her voice, because he saw it in the tub, and I don't know if she was dead from that or if he drowned her or whatever, but I'm assuming she was either unconscious or dead already. She had the little tape recording of her voice or of some sort of screaming, but she was rigged to explode. And remember, the house exploded at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming one of the cops probably went in and was like, "Miss, are you okay?" and went to pick her up, and not realizing that, there was a booby trap, and boom, or maybe she woke up, maybe because she was unconscious and she got out of the tub and, it yanked something and pow, just blew off part of the basement and whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gone. The father, he's definitely gone, because his intestines were all on the floor.
Well, I mean, the dad, of course, is gone and stuff like that. But I meant before the big explosion. Do you think she was actually dead, because the last time we saw, her mouth was being sewn together.
Yeah.
As it should have been. Jeez.
Really?
Oh, I had to.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, you know me, looking at everything. Actually, they do have it was announced in 2022 called The Collected. And guess who's going to show up in it?
The mom?
No. Josh Stewart, the thief.
Well, he's
The
in the
robber.
collection, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
the
in all
third
three.
one.
So he survives all three.
Yeah, but
Or-
here's the thing, though. It was announced in November 16th of 2022. So what's a holdup?
Money?
It's not. Yeah, it's not getting funded. like if you were like what you were saying earlier, if the collection didn't do as
Yeah.
well in theaters or in streaming or whatever, it's a done deal.
I mean, they do have the actors. They have the main actor set. Tom Atkins is supposed to be in it. He's from Night of the Creeps, the police officer.
That guy's like 100 years old and can't hear. Like,
well,
I'm like, hey man, nice to meet you.
I know he
What?
can't hear. I know. I met him before. He can't hear. I totally get that. But you know, it's not really a requirement to act. You know, I mean,
to hear.
you know,
What?
you don't really need to hear. You just need to know when your lines are supposed to be. You
And
know,
how does one do that, Fee? Oh, with
I don't
hearing.
know. We should ask one of the deaf actors that has been acting. You know, I'm sure they have cues and stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen him and stuff too. So Randy Havens is supposed to be in it too. He was in Let's Be Cops, The Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So yeah. But yeah, I mean it's been announced. I just don't know what happened to it. But yeah, it's still in development.
I mean, the collector, he's good with his knives. The way he throws them and gets them stuck, and seems to always be having them on his body somehow. Like, it's pretty legit, that guy.
Well, I like the paramedic death. You know, he rams the ambulance, which, you know, ramming something that's moving is pretty hard to do. And then he's, you know, realizes, oh, he's still alive, so I'm just going to throw a knife at him. And it's stuck. Like, come on now. Like, that's skill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, setting up those booby traps, that's a skill in itself, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying. You know, he had skills with the knives too.
Yeah, that's how it all started. He probably, you know, trapped victims by just throwing knives and wounding them or cutting hamstrings or whatever. And then he was like, you know what? I can set them up in their own house and whatnot, and went from there. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see a prequel, you know, how the collector became who he is kind of thing. But
I mean, maybe we should. I mean, that would give a little bit more backstory. Maybe even if it's just a short.
Yeah. No, but the collected 5 years of development hell, yeah, it's probably not going to make it.
I don't know.
Don't say never. Look at some movies that come out. I mean, we just said 28 years later, like how long that took. So,
did you hear that they're actually going to have a Hostel television show?
I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah, what kind of?
Yeah,
I guess it would have to be streaming on, you know, an adult. Well, not adult, but like it would have to be on something like Prime or something. I can't imagine it being on Disney or whatever. But yeah, I
No,
guess
it's actually in the works. Eli Roth is in the works to do it.
We're not questioning you. We're just saying it's not going to be on like ABC
broadcast.
Sunday night or something. Like
Yeah.
that's
No.
all we mean.
No,
Because
I'm not
those movies are pretty brutal and gory.
Yeah.
I can't hang with those type of horror movies anymore. Are those body horror? Is that what those would be called?
yeah, I would say. Let me see.
Body horror, torture.
Yeah,
It's
torture
it's
porn or whatever.
torture. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more torture.
Yeah, I can't do those anymore as I get older. Just
Wait, you don't want to see a head as a soccer ball?
no, it's
That was the number 2.
Yeah.
ever since I chopped part of my finger off at work, the
Uh,
like finger, toes, Achilles slits, they just go right through me.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
So yeah.
here's the thing. I'm just gonna throw this out to you here. So let's compare these 2 movies basically, right? Hostel and The Collection, right? So the first Hostel, I would say, didn't have as much torture in it than number 2. But the budget was 4.8 million, right? On its opening weekend, Hostel made almost 20 million. It made 9.5. The Collection did about 3.5.
hmm.
It grossed just in US and Canada 47 million.
The first
And
or second one?
the first one. And worldwide it was about 82 million. Just the first one.
I feel
And
like that was like a word of mouth thing. Like I haven't watched the first one in 20 plus years, but I feel like one of the things I clearly remember is the eyeball scene.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so
And-
I would think that'd be word of mouth where it's like, dude, you gotta see this movie. They had this, and it's like, oh shit, no way, and then they see it, and
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that Hostel is labeled as a splatter horror, slasher horror, body horror. Now, let's look at Hostel 2. Same setup, right?
I guess
Hostel. Now, they made 3. And I'm guessing neither one of you
nope.
watched 3.
I don't remember it. Like you probably made me watch it at some point.
No,
but-
I didn't. Okay, so the budget at that point was 10.2, but its opening weekend was 8. It grossed a little over 17.5 in US and Canada and 36, about almost 36 million in worldwide. So it still did well. I mean, it still did 2/3. Well, yeah, about 2/3 its budget. Well, 2/3 of its budget or whatever. So now I want to tell you the numbers for Hostel 3, which I'm not even seeing that it is listed. That's how bad this thing did. All right. So Hostel 3, was this it? No, that's not it. There it goes. Hostel 3.
Did Eli Roth direct the other 2, or
So Eli Roth did 1 and 2.
okay?
The third one was not directed by him.
Thank you for finishing that. I was like, it had to be directed. It's a movie.
Yes. But it was not directed by Eli Roth. There is no box office information. So this went straight to DVD probably. Its budget was 6 million. So the guy that directed, he also wrote it and produced it. He's known for, well, he was the original producer on Hostel, but he's known for Shark Night. The other one, The Long Strange Trip of Bob Weir. Let's see. He's actually on the Hostel TV series as a executive producer. So there's no love lost between him and Eli Roth. but he's on his own projects. They're not. I would say he did the Texas shot. He was producer for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning.
Hmm.
Did anybody watch that one?
I believe I did. I think I've seen all the.
Yeah, that's with the two brothers from Vietnam.
Is that
That's
with Jessica Biel? No.
no. That one was the was Jessica Biel in this one? She's not listed. So this is the one with with Matt Bomer in it. He's the one off of what is it? White Collar.
Hmm.
He's the main character in White Collar. This is one that had Arlie Emery in it. You know, the Marine sergeant that turned actor from Full Metal Jacket.
And which one is this one?
This one's The Beginning. So this is the one that I don't know what I'm thinking that she's supposed to be in this one, but I'm not seeing her name. So I don't think it's this one. I think this is the one. Yeah, it's confusing. Because she should have been listed. Jessica Biel should have been listed in this one.
Oh, she's not in The Beginning. She's in I think it was the 03 one, just Texas Chainsaw
Okay,
Massacre.
so she was in the 03 one, who they were all in together as well. But this is the one specifically with the guys from Vietnam and their girlfriends. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a bad one. I'm not going to say that. It was actually pretty good. But this is, I guess that's a highlight. But mostly, he's a producer. This guy is not really a director, and the things that he actually has directed are not on the top of the list for people to watch. So he was an executive producer for The Bachelor.
Yeah, you're selling our viewers.
I know. I'm I'm gonna tell you, I watched the third one and it was not really that great. Um, unless you're a diehard fan, I wouldn't watch it.
It's better than that.
Hostel 3?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we're
No,
talking about Texas. No.
I'm not
Yeah, any
talking about
hostel.
Texas. No, I'm
Any
not talking about
hostel.
Texas. No. I'm talking about Hostel 3.
Hmm.
Unless you're a diehard fan of Hostel, not of Eli Roth, but of Hostel. Or if you want to finish out, you watch 1 and 2 and you want to finish out to say you watched it. That's the only reason I would watch it.
I'll take your word for it then.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So,
Back to
but like I said, Hostel, people liked it. So I don't know. It made more money than the collection or the collector. So
yeah.
hey, whoa. Wait a minute. There you go. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Okay. So what do you guys feel overall about this?
What score wise or
No, just in general. Is there anything you would have changed? Is there
um
anything that you really liked about it?
I mean, I like the concept. The only things I would have changed would have been to have Arkin be a little bit more combative. He, pulled the planks out of the windows. Those had nails on the end of them. Sure, planks can probably break with a hard enough swing against somebody, but I would say that's a reasonable enough weapon to use against this guy. You know, although that guy could have probably just thrown a knife and, right into his eye kind of thing. But I would have liked to see him be at least a little bit more combative. I mean, I get it. His one hand was kind of useless after being chopped by razor blades. Luckily, he didn't peel all that skin off or flesh off. But still, he should have played whack a mole a lot longer with the butt of the gun. Um, yeah, that would have been about the only thing I would quote unquote change, even if it just means he gets beat up more in turn from the collector fighting back as well. But yeah, that's about the only changes I would make.
What about you, Presto?
I would have liked to see him. I mean, see him set up the traps a little. Maybe wouldn't really add a lot to the story, but just curious how he did all that at not his house. Also, just maybe a little backstory on the collector in the beginning would have been nice. Or maybe they felt it would have took too long or not made sense, so they didn't include it. Either way, I guess I'm all right with it. The second one they really didn't dive into at all. It was just a continuation, so it was just like, well, they don't know what they don't know, so let's just keep it going. And it opening scene was pretty crazy. I did like the movie overall. It's been years since I watched it. I just didn't remember it being that gory and brutal, some of the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, it was a good movie. It's I'll watch the second one, revisit that one, and hopefully a third one comes out or films or something. What did you think of it?
Well, I mean, like I said, I liked it. But I think I'm still curious on if the family was supposed to be there or if he thought they were already on vacation and he was setting things up and they kind of came in early because he wasn't done setting up. So I'm just trying to figure out, was he waiting for the daughter to come back?
I, I don't know. For him, I feel like if he knew they were going on vacation, that he would not have had half of those traps set up that fast already. Because, like, he had them all pretty well set up, and that just means he would have had to hang out at the house for a week or whatever till they came back. And chances are he probably would have slipped on one of those bear traps or crossed one of those wires. So I would have liked to think that he didn't want him leaving, like, or didn't want him gone and come back later.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he knew Arkin was, or if he had his sights set on Arkin. Like, there was something weird. Like, looking back at it now, considering the exterminator guy, when it was like, oh, there's a wasp nest at the greenhouse kind of thing, and he gives him like a thumbs up. Like, did that set him off? Did that piss him off and make him turn complete psycho, or pick that this house would be the target house and hope that that guy would come back or something? Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he could have probably got the mom and dad by doing the similar setup that he did for the couple in the very beginning. Like, just put the chest in their bedroom, and they're like, "What the heck is this?" And then I'm assuming in the beginning, whatever bait was in that chest for that couple was what popped out, and then we didn't see him like either come up behind them or whatever else he had set up for them. But I'm assuming he probably had that chest waiting in their bedroom while they're getting ready to pack stuff or something. And they're like, "What is this? Who left this here?" And then that guy with nails through his feet and chains around his ankles and stuff, or one leg that looked like it had been slightly amputated or something. Maybe that was what was waiting for the couple. And hearing the screams, the little girl was able to, I guess, hide or barricade herself somewhere. But yeah, it, that whole setup was kind of strange. But yeah, seeing them set up some of those traps would have been kind of cool as well. But
Yeah, I just there were so many. So he was there for, I wouldn't say as long as Arkin's character, but he was there for a little while. So he saw the dynamics of the family. You
mhm.
know, he could see the daughter coming in at kind of all hours of, the day, and could have seen the arguments as well as Arkin did. So he knew what was going on with the family. I don't know necessarily think that he knew Arkin was going to come back, though. I
Mhm.
think that was kind of like a happy accident. So, who was his original target? Because it was obviously not the dad, because he brutalized him pretty early.
Yeah.
The mom he was keeping alive, and obviously he was waiting and expecting the daughter to come back because he still kept on setting up the traps. And then you had
Mhm.
the little girl. So either he was like, oh, the little girl is his target because she's definitely a good hider,
Mhm.
or that was probably going to be his last victim, or even letting her go might have been an option to let her go. Because he didn't seem that broken up when she was running out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I
I don't
think
know.
it was a draw for Arkin to come back. That's all he thought of her being. Because
Mhm.
he didn't seem like he was even really trying to find her.
Maybe
No.
he figured she would come out after all the other ones are dead and it's quiet. Like, because like I joked earlier, she was small enough to fit in the trunk without having to do amputation. So who
Yeah.
knows? She could have been the target all along, type
Well,
of
she could
deal.
have been the
But
target. And he's like, you know what? This guy's better. Because like I said, he didn't seem to be worried that she got away.
mhm.
He could have gone after her, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that I was just curious about that. There's just so many curiosities, and then when you go to the collection, none of them are answered. None of them are answered. Like,
Yeah, it's a whole new movie.
it is a whole new movie. There's really no remnants besides Arkin's character hanging around. That's it. And I don't
Well,
even.
that's he plays a big part in the second one. That's they like use them almost for
Yeah.
information.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's it though. There's no extra backstory beyond that though. We don't really find any more out about the collector than what he's currently doing now. I still would have liked backstory on him.
Yeah.
Like, how'd he come this way? How'd he become this person that thinks it's okay to murder people?
Well, maybe sometimes they just don't have the backstory planned, ironed out, or they think if I get the story down and then come back with the backstory, it'll
Yeah.
make more sense to people.
Yeah.
Isn't the Terrifier people are doing that now? Like 1 and 2, they really people would always say they really didn't get art explained, and
Hmm.
Damien said that like the third one they're gonna explain everything. So yeah, it's we're so used to having the backstory and then something happening that when it just jumps into something, and then a movie or two later they come back with a backstory. Sometimes we don't like it, or it's just different.
Yeah, changes up how we feel about the movie at that point.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice doing it the opposite way because it gives instead of telling people why they got that way, it gives time for the character to develop and change it on the fly, and then it's a lot easier to go back and just tell the story how he got that way. It's if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know. I just wish, you know,
Well,
like
you
I said,
always need something. You can
yeah,
never be happy.
no, because I've seen literally thousands of movies, and I would like some of these holes to, I don't know, just disappear.
Some of the movies you recommend, I wish would just disappear. Not even just the plot. Like, done.
Well, I would have preferred Cornered than this, but you didn't want to watch Cornered with Steve Gutenberg.
It's an old movie.
So was this.
Yours was like 20 years older.
Let me see.
30 years maybe.
Cornered was not 30 years. Cornered, let's see. No, it was not 19. This was not the 1945 version.
Oh, okay. But the 2011
Or
or the 2008?
I think it was the 2011. Let me check.
I think I watched the trailer for the 2008 one, and it just looks so much more dated how it was shot than this one for being 1 year later.
Yeah, it was the 2008 one. I mean, but it was a lower budget. You know what I'm saying? I mean, by then, Steve Gutenberg, his name wasn't as popular, right?
Maybe.
I thought he was already doing like Police Academy and whatnot.
Oh, he had already done Police Academy.
Yeah.
But his name at that time was not really that popular, though. When it was 2008,
He was already established, though.
He was established, but he wasn't. He wasn't considered to be, a lead man anymore.
You make my head hurt tonight.
Sorry, but the younger generation wasn't going to see his movies. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness!
I went back and watched Police Academy.
Yeah, I just know him for comedic roles. I mean, I could see you saying, well, he wasn't known for dramas or dramedies or something along those lines, but
he was not known for horror at that time. He was not.
He freaking crap. He was in that robot movie.
So let's look at his
Short Circuit. That's what it was. Classic.
Yes, and he was in 3 Men and a Baby.
Classic.
Some
bangers right there.
Yes, and I'm not disagreeing. Before 2000, he was the person you go to, if you, especially if you want comedy, right?
So then the fact that you're telling us to watch a movie in the later 2000s with him makes no sense according to your recipe.
No, I'm just saying he wasn't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he all of a sudden, you shouldn't watch his movies. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, the behind the scenes on Police Academy were not doing that well when they put him out in 2004. He was not doing really anything that major. Let's see. He was in a video. P.S. Your Cat is Dead in 2002. Like, I don't remember that. Like, after, he was in Overdrive, Airborne. I think his biggest movie, he was in It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Which went to video, I believe. I remember that one.
You don't remember it in the theaters?
It Takes Two?
I don't know.
What was that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. No, that may have been like a TV movie thing.
Oh, this was
or Disney Channel thing.
Yeah, this was with Kirstie.
twins.
Yeah, this was the Mary Kate and and Ashley Olsen movie. So yeah,
We get it. He was in his prime in the 80s,
yes,
90s.
yes. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, he's trying to make a comeback. I'm not saying he wasn't in the 2000s.
I don't think he's making a comeback.
Well, he tried to.
I think he was just paying bills.
He's just paying bills.
He's
Yeah.
doing conventions now. He was at a Philly Fan Expo this summer, and he
Yeah.
looked great still.
Well, yeah, but he did a lot of TV in the 2000s. A lot of TV. He's on Dancing with the Stars.
Who wasn't at that point? That was like if you were like a not A-lister, that's where you were pretty much
Yeah.
at some point. So
Yeah. Carol Baskins, the Tiger Lady woman, was on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, doesn't really carry much cred there.
yeah.
It doesn't?
No.
Well, I mean, he's been in, and like I said, he's still going. He's been in 225 titles. So I'm just saying he tried to do a stab at horror. I think he did very well in doing horror when he did Cornered. I don't see much of horror after that though.
So you're using one movie to judge that he can do horror.
I think he did really well in the horror genre. I think he did. But
I'm
I'm
sure.
basing it off of everything else I've seen other people have done.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Are we not supposed to do that?
Yeah, but all the movies you've seen,
What are you trying to say?
they suck. They're very mid.
Camp Massacre. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I rate him above that, okay?
There's times I'd rather watch a popsicle melt on the sidewalk than watch a movie you told me to watch.
Oh, apparently, wait, 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 apparently we've been called out. See, we weren't on Dancing in the Stars, so we should stop hating.
I ain't hating. I just remember almost everybody that wasn't an A-lister being on Dancing with the Stars. Like it wasn't something I watched, but it was like, oh, did you see that so and so was on it? I'm like, yeah, everybody's been on that show. Yes, we have definitely not been on that show. I don't think I would have ever been able to be on that show. Yeah.
Two left feet
been,
over here, not working.
I don't know. You said you were going to be on season 54.
Yeah, I got some lessons I'm working on. They're only at like season what, like 20 or something?
Oh, here you go. I'll defend Theo on that one. Good job of acting means you can do that kind. See? Somebody agrees with me.
Wow, you paid them.
And yeah, Steven Guttenberg was in The Cocoon and its sequel, which he was always good at comedy and drama and those rom-coms and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nice to see him in a horror role.
So if you had to grade his acting career on 0 to 10, what would you give him?
I would
You're
say
going to give him like an 8.3 or some shit.
Look, in his typecast roles, I actually think he pulled it off very well, and I would say he had a good 9. Made everybody laugh when they were supposed to. He had the serious moments when he was supposed to. He was always comfortable in front of the camera and stuff like that. I'd have to rewatch Corner to give you an exact, but I thought, from my memory, I thought he was at least an 8 in the horror, which is
I'm
really
just
good.
Well, your memory sucks, and Second off, I just meant overall in the 80s and 90s. You said he was at 9.0
Yeah.
because he was well versed.
Yes. Now,
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
disagree.
seen him in much after that.
If he was so well versed,
Hmm.
he couldn't have been in Scream. He wouldn't have worked in Scream. You can't put him in Caddyshack okay, Caddyshack.
Oh,
I
you
take
could have
that
put
one
him in
back.
Caddyshack. Come on.
I take that one back. But there's other movies that you just. Would he have been good in Titanic? No.
Well, here's the thing about Titanic. I don't think at his age when Titanic came about, he would have played anything but the father. He couldn't have played the boyfriend. He couldn't have played the husband. He would have had to play the father because he was that much older. Remember who they got to play those roles. I don't think he would have been cast in that.
Wasn't it Billy Zane?
Yes. But I believe Billy Zane is younger than him. Let's see how old Billy Zane is. 1966. Let's see Steve Guttenberg.
Probably around the same.
Let's see. 1958.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good for 1958. But we are talking about a good 8 years, which is a lot when it comes to playing roles.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You have teenagers playing moms now in shows and
Yeah.
moms playing high schoolers in shows and
I think nowadays it depends on how you look in the mind of the people casting, which has always been more generous for the male than it has been for the female. Right? So somebody my age would be playing a grandma just based on the age.
at least a grandma.
At least a grandma.
Now,
could I go younger? If I didn't tell them what was my age, I could go a little bit younger and play a mom. Or maybe an older lead cast. But nowadays, they are still on this, oh, well, if you don't look like you're 20, then you're not playing a major role. You're always playing a supportive role. And if you are playing a mom, you're probably in your 30s. Even though I don't think 30-year-olds really look like they're 40 or 50 when you would, naturally see a woman being a mom to a teenager. But, hey.
Hey, to each their own.
Exactly. So that's why I like independent films, because they don't go off of that stereotype all the time. Because, they got to use who's available. Right? It's usually their friend. Hey, I think you can play this role. Come on over. Kind of thing. So.
Worked for Kevin Smith with Jason Mewes.
Exactly.
So. Can't knock it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think we're at ratings time, which, I have noticed people have been guessing what my rating is.
I think you should go first this time, Fee.
Yeah. Why do I have to go first?
Because you never do, and I'm anxious and curious to see what your rating is this time.
Okay. We're going to say this. It's not that I never go first. We have evidence of this. But
you gotta set the tone.
Go last.
Well, not today. August 1st, new rules.
Yep.
Wait a minute, I thought I made the rules.
Yep, that's the first one you got wrong.
Yeah. 2-1. We outvote.
Oh, really? Now it's 2-1? I'm going to get Cypher. I'm going to call Cypher up. Get on this phone. Get on this StreamYard thing. Come on.
He's probably
Don't
playing Balatro.
No, apparently he had to take his children up to was it Little Bear or something like that? So yeah.
All right, stop deflecting. Rate this bitch.
All right, let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Oop, it had to be back here. It had to be back here. Oh, we were talking about Ghost something? Ghost Ship. What was that about? Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there. Oh,
You could
we
just
got
say what your score is.
we got ratings. We got ratings on use too. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, well, what are you gonna give it though?
Here you go. I'm calling it now. Fee is giving this a 7. Yes, you are right. I'm giving this a 7. Let's see their ratings and see if we're on target for that. Here we go. Let's look at yours. So, guessing Fuzzy's going to say 7.5 and Presto 6.
Poison is the closest, I think. He said I'd say 6.5. I was gonna give it a 6.7.
6.7?
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Like I said, there was a little bit too many holes in the story that I would have liked answered, and I'm not into all that gore as much. I could still watch it and still enjoy it, but a little much for me. The faster kills I like, not the long tortured one. So I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch the second one probably tonight or tomorrow, and hope they make the third one. So I give it a 6.7.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 because it's rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's rewatchable, I'll give a 7 at least.
Wow, that's pretty
IGN
high for
7.
just for like being able to rewatch a movie. You're giving it a 7.
Yeah.
That's generous. This isn't a charity.
All right. What about you, Fuzzy? Somebody said 7.5. Somebody said 7.5 to an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to give it a flat 7. Like, I enjoyed it, but like I yelled at the screen, like whack-a-mole, keep swinging that pistol, hit him with the butt of the gun, or use those planks like that. That would have probably sold it a little bit more for me. Even if he had like broke it over his head but didn't crack his skull open, at least keep swinging until the guy's not breathing, kind of thing. But yeah, I figure a 7's fair because it's enjoyable even with the frustration parts, but is it rewatchable? I think so. I'm curious to see the collection, or I guess whatever part 2 would be. Although I'm not holding, I'm not holding my breath or any high expectations on collection, outdoing the collector. I think it's probably one of those where the sequel is not going to outdo the original. I'd be happily surprised if I'm wrong, but yeah, this one wasn't bad. But I do like the ambulance scene, even though not as realistic as I would probably like to see. But it was pretty cool. The bear trap scene definitely worth seeing. And poor cop, man, he should have definitely. I mean, he did, go on the radio, so they did have the troops come in later, but I still don't understand why he got in the road and got hit by the patrol car. I'm talking about the jewelry heist guy when he rescued the little girl and they were free. He stands in the road to get hit by a car as opposed to the side of the road, which they got their lights on. They can see you waving. You don't have to get in front, but I don't know. That was another frustrating part, but it is what it is. But not a bad movie. It's definitely worth a watch. I recommend it.
Okay. All right. So before we leave, so Fuzzy makes me write this stuff down now.
Some old people shit.
No, he makes me write this stuff down now. So it looks like next week, because Megan's actually going to go to the premiere, we're going to drop off the computer to her. at that time. So we have time to have a podcast on Friday, and we're going to do Dead and Breakfast. And I think
Isn't that
Presto's
one of your
looking forward to this.
This is one of your favorites, right?
Her
Uh-huh.
favorite zombie movie ever.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's one of my favorite zombie movies. So, yeah. And then the 15th, we're not going to have a podcast because we have the floors coming in. But somebody had requested Texas Chainsaw, so we're going to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the 22nd.
The original one?
Yeah, we can do the original one.
Well, no, that I'm asking. Like,
Yeah, the
there's so
original.
many. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we can do an oldie. A goodie, but an oldie.
They're all pretty decent.
A
The
timeless classic.
the fourth one with Renee Zellweger, that one is a little.
It's weird. I'm not going to say it
Yeah.
wasn't weird. I mean, I liked it, but it was weird. I think
Well, if you rewatch it, it's at least a 7. So
yes. So, have you seen the newer ones?
the sucky one on Netflix, yeah, I've seen, I think all of them but one.
Yeah, because there's a few that they made afterwards. And you. So you
They're
saw the
cash
third one,
grabs.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see how many there are. Yes, I know Morris. Yeah, Morris is crying for Love Loves down here.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4, and then they remade or they made like 4 other ones, I think. 4
So okay,
or
so
5.
yeah, so they did the first one, right? Let me see how many they list. Okay, so they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They did 2, 3. The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Return was the one with is that the one with McConaughey in it? I think it was.
That's the Next Generation.
That was a remake one?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They same name, but they had a lot of the backstory of his and how the family got there. And then there was the beginning. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they did 3D. That's 7. They did Leatherface. That's 8. And then the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was another one. Yeah. So it looks like 9 that they did. So I remember the one where they were trying to revitalize the town. That was, I believe, the last one. And the one before that was them talking about the granddaughter. How the granddaughter, I think, or the grand niece or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
She got the mansion or whatever from.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other one. I think that was Texas Chainsaw 3D. Or it might have been Leatherface. Which one is the one? I think Leatherface is the one where they were in the asylum.
The asylum?
Yeah, so they had one that where I think it was Leatherface, where
Yes.
yeah, where he was in the mental institution and he wasn't crazy yet.
Well, he was in a mental institution,
Well,
so
yeah,
I beg to differ.
yeah, but he wasn't killing prior to that. He didn't actually kill anybody yet
Until he got out.
until he got out, and he went through his journey.
A journey? That's what you call it? Okay.
Yeah, I call that his journey. I mean, he was coherent and sane in my eyes. I mean, he wasn't trying to kill anybody. The other guy was. I didn't think it was bad. Gave a little bit more backstory. Stephen Dorff wasn't that bad in it.
Did you watch it more than once?
Yeah.
So it's at least a 7.
Have you watched it?
Nope.
You might want to.
It's probably
It
the
was-
only one I didn't watch.
well, I mean, Lily Taylor was in that one. She's always good.
Everything you tell me is good. I take it with a grain of salt anymore.
Hey, I have shown you movies that you didn't think were that bad.
You also show me movies I didn't think were that good.
So we're on a 50-50 deal at this point. A little questionable.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Save time.
Yeah, that's the one that the family broke him out. Was Leatherface. That was the last one I watched. I didn't even know that one existed. I thought it was just a remake or whatever.
So then next week we're doing
Dead
what
and
is this?
Breakfast.
Can't
Dead
wait.
and Breakfast. Yeah, that's the one
Dead.
that Cypher sent you the link.
Yep.
Yep. Come on. It's good.
I mean, it's a zombie film, so I'll at least give it a watch.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling this is going to be like your 8 out of 10 to our 4 out of 10 kind of
I
range.
wouldn't say that.
This one actually has a decent cast. I looked at the cast, and so
Yes.
the cast is either going to make it or break it. I'm hoping it makes it.
I thought it made it. I mean, it has Jeremy Sisto in it. It's got Bianca Lawson.
Oh, I know it has the cast. I just don't know if it's going to be good. We'll find out next Friday. Ready for outros?
Yeah.
Take
I
it
think
away,
I wore
kid.
you down.
I guess I can start my outro. Like
Yeah,
as
since you
always,
started intro.
love doing this podcast with you guys. And even though this movie had little frustration parts, it was still good. And, look forward to next week's zombie flick, and hope it's not like a Camp Massacre level film. But for those that want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming or horror movie related, but mainly gaming related, just do a search on social media for Fuzzy Belvedere. You'll be able to find me. Hope to see everybody here same time, same time, same channel. Next Friday. And who's next?
I'll
Chris
go.
is next.
Okay. Just keeping it simple. I don't really have much going on this weekend, which is nice. It's always nice when there's not a lot going on. Yeah, I'm keeping it simple today. So, had a good time. I enjoyed rewatching this one. I like when we watch movies that I faintly remember I get to rewatch. So this was a fun one. Yeah, it's really the only rant I really do once a week. So it's where I'll be every week. And it's been a good time. Ta-da.
All right. So I'm just trying to get for the rest of the week and next week, trying to do what I need to do in my podcast room so we can get that done and get Fuzzy to move on his podcast room so that we can get these planks in and get the people to put our floor in, and then we can start actually, if Fuzzy wants, maybe actually being live on screen instead of our avatars, maybe. Yes.
We'll
No,
see.
Fuzzy? We'll see.
We'll get everything set up and then decide from there.
Yeah. So, but besides that, pretty much just rewatching Dead and Breakfast, getting Fuzzy to watch it, and yeah. We are going to have after the premiere, we're going to release that week that we're not going to have a podcast. We're going to release the two interviews that we're doing with Lauren and with Robbie. So you will have something to watch. It will be a recording, though, unfortunately. But yeah. Oh, y'all can't be side by side. That would be cute. Oh no, he takes up too much room.
What?
Yes, your ego takes up too much room.
Oh boy.
Excuse me?
Oh.
He's always pushing me outside of the camera.
No.
No? Are you sure?
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, he likes his room dark and I like my room light. So yeah, you know, I don't want too many shadows on me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should see his room.
Well, we'll do an unveiling when everything is finished. The flooring has been the biggest,
Yeah.
speed bump at this point, but
Yeah, just a little bit. But hopefully we can get that corrected. But besides that, we will see you next week. And we'll have lots of stuff to talk about, right? Lots of
Yep.
stuff. And we'll see about getting Cypher back on here because we miss him. I know Presto does.
Yep.
All right. Well, bye, everybody.
Bye.
later.